talk to you about this after a couple losses, but 20 turnovers, I mean, is that kind of the number or the part of the game that you feel like led to the loss?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the times when we turn the ball over that many times, it doesn't end well for our group. We talked about not turning the ball over and did the exact opposite, and this was the outcome.
How would you describe this matchup with Houston in particular, especially with their length and athleticism?
It's a good matchup. I would like to think that they played incredibly well tonight. They did what they want to do, turn us over, contest shots, make it difficult. But I think if we take care of the ball and we care about every possession like we should, it may be a different outcome. That's not the case. So all of the ifs can stay where they are.
Is the key to beating this team just keeping them out of transition?
Not turning the ball over. It's not about beating that team. It's about us winning against anybody. Whenever we get shots on goal, when we keep our turnovers down, we can hang. We can beat anybody.
You're a guy that can get his shot whenever you want. Like you said, is this a game where Steph's struggling, where you would probably want her to be a bit more aggressive offensively with your shot?
Maybe not. My thing is I'm going to make the right player majority of the time, probably like 9 out of 10 times. So if I get in there and draw help, I'm going to kick it to the open guy. But I'm not going to say that anybody scoring was the reason that we did not win this game. I'm going to stick to turnovers. We had 20 of them. It's going to be hard to win in any basketball game if you got 20 turnovers.
What stood out about the way that they did guard Steph tonight, though?
They did a good job of whatever you want to call it.
What do you call it?
I don't even know. I've never seen an individual get fouled more than he gets fouled. To me, I think it's astounding. But it's crazy to say, but he's used to it. It's been happening to him his whole career, and he's found a way through it, around it, under it, whatever you want to call it. It's tough.
The fouling, you mean not just tonight, you mean since you've been here?
I mean, yeah, I've seen it since I've been here, but I don't know how many years he got. What he got, 16? I'm pretty sure it's been happening for 16 straight years. I get to see it, and it really angers me that he's on my team and he gets hacked like that.
You're talking more on the ball when he's like going to the rim, or off? Which is the one that you feel like gets missed?
Off the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you think they call that?
That's not my job. You leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Did you see or hear about Ime and Steph kind of getting into it a little bit at halftime? Does it surprise you that would happen?
No, it doesn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't even paying attention to too much. I don't know what was said. I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure it'll pop up on my feed. My Instagram feed is a lot of Warriors basketball, Neymar highlights, and coffee pages. So if he says something, they did something, it'll show up.
Jimmy, with a week to go in the season, there's 5 teams in the West with 32 losses, four teams with the exact same record, yourself included. How much do you, it's literally shifting day by day. You guys could have been 4th, could have been 8th, now you're 6th. How much do you pay attention to that, and what's this week going to be like, do you think?
0. I don't care. We know as long as we win our games, then everything takes care of itself. You win, good things happen. You don't, you know what happens.
A couple of years ago, you brought a playing team to the finals. How much did that experience kind of inform the way you view being a playing team versus getting out of the playing round?
I've always been one to think that whatever squad that I'm on, we always have a chance. I know whatever squad 30's on, whatever squad 23 is on, always got a chance. So I'd only like to think that all 3 of us together have a really good chance. We want to not be in the play-in. We're playing to not be in the play-in because we're going to win the last 4. So that's that. But we got a job to do anyways, and that's to win a championship no matter what seed we are.
Did you see what happened between Draymond and Shane?
You talking about like when they gave him a flagrant?
Yeah.
I saw a good bucket in my eyes, but it just sucks to be Draymond sometimes. because it's him, he gets a flagrant or he gets a tech or whatever the case may be. It's 23 for you.
Did that get you, that whatever happened in the result, did that get you guys out of sorts a bit in that third quarter?
No. We had probably turned the ball over 17 times by then. That was just one extra added play in the game. That wasn't the reason that we lost.
Before the last two tip-ins, 92 points, 16-point fourth quarter. Before those two, they ended up with 20 there, and then obviously him going 1 for 10. And, the focal point obviously had been on a heater lately, and so we wanted to obviously pay him a little bit more attention. And when you got a special guy like Ime and Thompson doing what he does, that's the result.
When Draymond started doing what Draymond does, what did you like about Alperen's response?
I mean, he handled it well. Didn't get baited into it, and then attacked aggressively offensively. So, and stepped up on the defensive end. So, we understand what it is. He was in foul trouble, and I think our guys would be aggressive going after him. And then, he doesn't respond. He takes a hit to the face and just continues to play. And liked our poise and composure overall, especially Alpe.
You guys were toggling between the double big, between the small lineup with Jabari at center. Just what did you like about how you were able to kind of exploit the matchups based on the lineups on the floor?
Yeah, it gives us a ton of versatility to go both ways. We start with a neutral lineup, can have Barry at anywhere from the 3, 4, or 5, and that gives us a switchable lineup. And then our bigs are doing what they do, which is being physical, pounding the glass, getting guys open. And so I love the versatility we have there. And based on who they had on the court, we felt we had some favorable things we could go to, and kind of exploited that.
Ime, good to see you. Sorry. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you, too, man.
You guys have had a great year, but these last 17 games, you go 15-2. You beat OKC the way you did the other night. This is another statement game. Just how do you explain the late surge that's happening right now?
Well, our guys understand what's at stake coming up. I think we've made a conscious effort to really lock in and focus on. Ever since 20, we knew it was tight, 20 games out, and especially the last 10. And then I would say minus the Utah game, we know it's high caliber opponents that we're facing, and so want to be very sharp and deliberate about what we're doing going into the playoffs. We've thrown a little bit more at them as far as preparation, and our guys are handling it well. But understanding that this is a level it's going to get to. These are teams we're going to play against, and for our guys that have never been there, it was about playing great basketball heading into the end of the season, and we've upped our physicality. Upped our intensity overall, and I think guys are just really locked in on both sides of the ball. And so getting what we want offensively, guarding the way we are defensively, is what we want to see going into the playoffs.
And you touched on it with Draymond, but you've seen that before. You guys have had your battles before. What do you think he was trying to accomplish late second quarter? And did you like how everybody kind of stood firm with that intensity?
But that's what he does, and I appreciate it. I don't mind it at all. And so I understand how he impacts his team, trying to get them going in his own way, and has made a hell of a career out of doing what he does, being the heart of that team, and bringing the fight when he doesn't see it out there. So. No knock on him for whatever. Like I said, some coaches might mind it. I like him, and I like what he brings to their team and what he does. And so you got to understand that. Players that do certain things, and our guys stayed locked in, stayed focused, and didn't get baited into it. So credit to both him and them.
Jabari was extremely active tonight. What did you like about his activity?
Yeah, he gave us a scoring punch, gave us a rebounding punch, very aggressive on both sides. But like I said, his versatility has been crucial for us since we got him back. We will downsize, we'll put him at the 5 and switch everything. He can play his normal 4 or the 3, and he's looked very comfortable out there, especially when we go to zone. We're kind of mega-sized out there, and so aggressive offensively, locking in on defense and giving us that versatility, he was huge for us.
About 9 minutes ago, they cut it to 2 on the Pajemski layup, and then you guys went on that little 8-0 run. They called timeout. What did you say to your team during that timeout that allowed you guys to put the clamps on them and put the game away after that?
Yeah, we were being a little sloppy, and we understand that they're 6th in the league in forcing turnovers and getting points off turnovers, and that's how they generate a lot of offense. And we did it on a few of those plays, turned the ball over, let them back in it, but understood if we got shots, made them work on the end, limit to 1 shot, we'd be in good shape. And we're really, obviously, getting out in transition. Had 20 in the first half to end up with 26 there. So that was a formula for us. Taking care of the ball was a big part. We did in the first half. Got a little sloppy in that stretch, but refocused and got back to doing what we were doing, guarding well and scored, obviously, like you said, the 8-0 run.
Cameras caught you talking to Steph on your way off the court after that Draymond sequence that Sam match. I was just wondering what kind of was the message or what was going on there.
I was talking to my team, about the physicality. This is the type of game we like. This is who we are. He said something, I said something. Nothing, a little friendly banter. Thank you.